Who's ready to trip on some bits? For the second time. Well, this is episode 16, so for the 16th time in the newly revised beats and trips that we can go on, it's time to continue our bit trip with the next level. We are probably going to get to the last boss today, I'm imagining. Depends how fast we can dance through these levels. And the hamburger helper here is hilarious to me, because even when you're not dancing, I just call it because I think it's genderless, but the hamburger helper is like spinning its arms and waving its arms on the track like as it's running. It looks like it's constantly dancing, but it's not. It's the way it runs. Some characters like to do the fist bump roll like that and skip challenges or do challenges by skipping checkpoints. And I'm going for it. I'm going for it. Last time we had 2 challenge modes won. This time I'm going for them more often. This is the last maybe episode. I want it to be epic. See, we getting costumes. We don't normally get costumes, but last episode, you bet. Everything. More epic. More amply turned on. Huge plus sign in the back there. Did you see that? Jeez. I bet if we could get that plus sign, we'd go Giga. But alas, there's no Giga mode in Runner yet. That's unfortunate. But look at that. One try. One try and we got the challenge. What now? What now? What now is you're probably going to keep watching to see if I do it again. And should we change the character every... Oh, we didn't get this guy yet. That's okay. Through the power of editing and time travel, we'll have already gotten him by the end of the game. So no worries, just go watch episode 15, and that'll show you how to get that guy. But because I like to do things out of sequence, and also because I made the decision to get the characters, all the characters later on after I asked you people if you were down with that, that's why we're seeing what we're seeing here today. Lots of dancing burgers and jumping slides. Yeah. Oof! That was a duck. Yeah, that was... As soon as I pressed the jump button, I was like, oh crap, this ain't gonna end well for me. I don't think I have enough time to physically jump and then slide. Because if you jump and slide, you're kind of jump mid-air slide. Kind of like I did with those beats I tried to kick out of the air in the past episode. So we won't get checkpoint challenges every time. But on rare occasions we will. Because that's how awesome and unpredictable I can be at sucking at this game. Yeah, that happens so many times. Oh man, I wish this was like a co-op somehow LP, because I'd love to get Pat in here on this, because he hates 2D platformers, and it's hilarious seeing him in Goldsman's LP of New Super Mario Bros. U, because he ends up being in the bubble all the time. But I don't know how you would properly execute a double player, a multiplayer bit trip game that is Runner. I've seen it work in practice and in play with Bit Trip Beat, which is really helpful. That's actually the first time I beat was with Matt at his college. We beat it in one night, going through all the levels together, and having 2 paddles instead of 1 definitely was an aid. That's so awesome. You got the giant black hole in the background there. I love this level design. This is... Yeah, okay. I should stop focusing on the level design and more on the level playing. How about that, DeoGenZ, instead of giving us useless commentary about things that we can already observe. We'd like to observe you actually beating a level. Could you just do that? Yeah, I'll give it a shot, guys. And I almost went for the slide there. I was like, oh, I'm going to mid-air slide this thing. That'll be effective. No. Just like that. It's not effective. See? Kick is what is needed. No kick slide. Kick slide's too complex. At least too complex for the keyboard and too complex for my feeble fingers to actually figure out. So, we're not going to do. the slide kick in midair. We're just going to keep going. But I love this level. I think this is hands down my favorite level of the game. Just because it harkens back to what has made me love Bit Trip so much. These really cool, cosmic, trippy, colorful... I almost went for the W. I so almost went for the W press. I'm not going to lie. But these cool, trippy, psychedelic, colorful landscapes in space of Commander Video's journeys. And I don't care that I missed the costume. Not this time, anyway. I really like to see that come back. And this block structure of making the enemies and everything on the level look like Legos is really cool. Those balloons are badass. They're even more satisfying to get at the end of a level than the other balloons that were completely spherical. So, that's what I think about that. But what is your favorite level? What is your favorite world, rather? I mean, maybe you have a favorite level. If you do, point that out, too. But what's your favorite world, and why? That's probably the best comment question I can ask for today's last episode. You've seen all the worlds of Bit Trip Runner. Now, if you had the choice to play through them, which would you like to go to first? Of course, when you get the game yourself on Steam or Wii U, I think it might be on XBLA and PlayStation Network. Don't quote me on that, but I know it's on Wii U. I know for sure it's on Wii U. And so if you're looking for something to do on Wii U, because there's not that many games, this would be a good game to get there. But it's also available on Steam. When you do, all the worlds won't be available to you, as they are to me, but play through them all. And if you find any of them frustratingly difficult and you just want to skip to, say, this world, well then, oh my goodness. I thought I just fell off a cliff, that I missed something. I was like, wait, where was the W pad? I missed something. I'm falling! But it's okay. Not so much falling as is landing on a rail. Tragedy averted. But if you set it to the easiest difficulty setting, and then when you get to this level, set it back to just right, or maybe you want to keep playing in easy difficulty. Who cares? It's up to you. Your difficulty is your difficulty. I never get on people's case about, oh, what are you doing, noob? Why are you only playing at normal difficulty? Shouldn't you play at extra, super, meaty, hard difficulty right when, you know, you're about to beat the level, and then you don't because you hit a fucking enemy? Yeah, you should be playing at that level. You should definitely play hardcore. No, I hate those people. Like, really, video games are the main purpose is to have fun. Why would you have fun with something that is brutally, painstakingly awful for you to go through because you just don't have this, you know, the wherewithal to get through it? I mean, yeah, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, you don't have the skill, but hey, there's nothing to be ashamed of. I don't have the skill to do the super hard levels. That's why I'm just doing the just right levels here, because that's just right for me. That's probably what makes this game so much more accessible than the first, is that alone. Just the alternate difficulties that you can set onto this. You know, aside from there being checkpoints, the checkpoints make it all the much sweeter and allow for you to go further than you normally would. So say you were wishing for a super easy difficulty setting back when Runner 1 came out and it wasn't there. Well, now you could do maybe the normal setting on Runner 2 and try it with checkpoints and see if that makes any difference before you set it to easier difficulties. But yeah, don't go super hardcore just because people are grilling you. I knew this guy back in community college, and he may have been slightly mental. Yeah, he really, at some point he snapped and he freaked out. I think I might have told the story of this kid in like a Conquest LP or something like that, the crazy Asian kid. But he would always be raging about something, you know, whether it was us for whatever reason or it was a game. He never was happy, you know. He always had to get into conflicts about PC keyboard control versus the accuracy of a gamepad, which, you know, again, it's a preference thing. At the time, I didn't, you know, I still don't like the keyboard, especially for platformers, but I understand how it's useful for shooters. But, you know, this guy would go to the more incredibly tough difficulties. That was funny. I got a backwards score there, 23 when there's 32 gold to collect. Oh, te wells. So he would just go to every single tough game, tough difficulty level, only to say to his friends to get them to stop grilling him. And it's like, who cares? Who gives a crap? Are your friends going to play the game for you? No, they're not. Do they even play at that difficulty? Most likely not. They're just talking shit. And there's no reason to get raged over people talking some bullshit. Because it's just funny. It's just smack talk. It's just motivation to maybe one day go to that higher level, but not stress out and completely ruin your gaming experience because all you want to do now is prove them wrong, so you only play on tougher difficulty levels. Hell, if I had that mentality, yeah, that's right, guys, we're going for it. We're going for the challenge. And failing. Yeah, that's what happens when you bow to peer pressure. When you try to be impressive, you try to be stunning and do much harder difficulty levels, it just ends up smacking you in the face anyway. So, you know, lowered expectation. That's what I always say. Or not a lowered expectation, but your expectations for what you're going to enjoy. Games are meant to be fun. They are not a chore. They are not something to be labored over. Imagine if I took that approach with Sin and Punishment Star Successor. I wouldn't have gotten past the turtle. Yeah, that giant spiked snapping turtle that shoots fire at you. I would have never gotten past that boss. Therefore, would have never LP'd it on this channel. Alright. Now, so far, I have been kind of messing up the challenges, and we haven't gotten a challenge successfully since the beginning of the episode. So for the final level we're going to do on Runner 2 that isn't the boss level, we're going to take a stab at doing a challenge. Not a perfect challenge. Oh no, I don't think I'm going to get every single piece of gold based on my rates for all the past levels in this world. But I am going to try and skip the checkpoints so it's like a traditional runner game. So you can see that it's doable even by old runner standpoints. This is not a super brutal game. It's not Kaizo level, and this is on the just right difficulty. So if you play at this level, whoosha, forget your checkpoints. I'm just gonna keep running like the wind of horrible sound waves to your ears that you most likely will click the X button and dislike. So I should stop. I never learn. Oh, colorful blocks in the background. You almost got me. I saw you. I can't pay attention. I'm not looking at you. And there's core in the background. I gotta jump over this. Wow, there's 2 checkpoints? Dudes, this is an uber long level. I've never seen a level with 2 checkpoints. Holy crap. I didn't even think about that, but imagine for higher difficulty, they don't throw more enemies or barriers at you. They just extend the level. This is intense. I am straight ducking this out. I am just trying to get to the end here. Oh crap. Kick! Okay. We got this. Oh wow, they had one of those mining guys. Those mining skull guys. 3 checkpoints! What? What? You can't top that! 3 challenges. I wonder if that's going to be multiplied by 3, or if that's just going to count as 1 challenge. I guess we're going to see at the end. But 3 challenge checkpoints, bitches! You can't beat that. Actually, I bet you can. You probably can, and you could probably do it perfectly, so that you get all the gold. And we made it! And you didn't get any checkpoints. Now, if you do that, I'd like a video response. But look at that guy in the background. He's from the original Runner 1. To Mr. DBZ Liker, who was the winner of the 5,000 subscriber special. Which, by the way, what did YouTube do with my 5,000 subscribers? They changed it to only display the video views, and I don't know where my subscribers numbers went, and I don't like that at all, because I have no idea how many people are watching. But oh well. If you're watching this right now, I love you. But I don't love that guy. Timbeltot, no. It's time to take you down. It's time for your reign of terror to be ended. This is where you're camping out in our bit trip, trying to prevent us from going on our cosmic galaxy quest saving journeys of awesomeness. If that's what we were doing, I don't even know. I don't even know what we were doing. Slide. So when you're going up to that wall, here's a pro tip for you. One, don't dance, because dancing is not what you want to do in this level, even though I continue to do it because I still want the points. And I can't help it. I'm dancing ADD, so I'm DADD, right? I'm dad, or no, dad, never mind. But when you come up to those walls of colors, make sure you're sliding and jump through. If you just try to jump through the little slot in the wall, you're going to hit the wall, and it's not going to help you at all. Just like a beat to the face without putting up your paddle. Paddles are necessary, so use them. And no, you don't have to hit every beat that comes your way. See, I just skipped those and these because it's too intense, and I don't want the extra points that much. Otherwise, I would be dancing in between every single little interval of space. It is not necessary. See, they go right through the crack in the wall, so you don't need to build up a certain amount of beats stacked up to beat Timbeltot. No. All you gotta do, get the checkpoints, which is very nice that they have them. Otherwise, you'd have to do this boss all the way over again from the beginning and run a perfect on him. And I wonder if you can skip the checkpoints like you do in the main levels. I bet you can. I bet you can. But just keep evading what he sends at you and slide through the wall, and that's victory. There's really no kicking you have to do. There's no hand-to-hand, foot-to-foot, face-to-face contact you have to do with Timbeltot. Just keep on sliding and dodging. I say a very... Wow, how's that a bullseye? It looks right above it, but I'll take it. Awesome. Bullseye for the last boss. Perfect. But that is how you take out the last boss. Very appropriate last level.
Having deflected this psychological blitzkrieg and with a reality refused, Commander Video reunites with his colleagues 1 frame later. His compadres, left unaware of his 15-month adventure, continue their quest across the universe.
Wow, just 1 frame later, we're already back with our comrades. Seriously, they don't know what happened, but Commander Video Girl was there? Was that a different Commander Video Girl? I thought it was just Commander Video Girl of this run or 2 stylings. I don't know. Anyway, awesome last boss, awesome all bosses, really. I think it was a great test each level of your platforming prowess every time you encountered new things like the slide dash and, you know, the rails. I thought it was cool that they had a boss fought over water on all rails at one point, and really tests your skills and twitch button pressing reaction times. So I would recommend everybody goes checking this game out. If I had to give it a score, I would say a 9.5 out of 10, just because I can't really think of anything wrong with it. Yeah, if you think of anything, please comment in the section below, because I like to know. And check it out on WiiWare, Steam, or many other places.